This is Soxl on the 5-minute time frame. Here are your price targets for Monday. We ended the week at $16.03, down 9.74%. To the north side from where we are takes us to one level of resistance and a potential take profit area at roughly 1631, which lines up with VWAP as well at 1634. Above that, at 2 standard deviations, roughly 1668. And at 4 standard deviations, that would take us to a place we've been to before at 1704. To the south side, back at the baseline and the middle of the trend. Whoops. That will take us to 1561. Below that, at another level of support and a potential buy-in area and a potential stop-loss area as well, 1490, 1454, and I do not anticipate price to get to this level on Monday, but at some other point, possibly. We are still in a downward channel on the 5. Now, there's a gap to the upside. That will take us to roughly 1736 whenever we reverse course. There's another gap up here, and that will take us to roughly 1873. Not in the channel, not in the zone, not even close, just something to be aware of in the future. Now, looking at the chart here, you can see a clear area of support and a bounce. And basically, we bounced to resistance, started to go sideways, and fell back down again. But grinding along this line, and when we are up here and we hit this level, that is support. Bounced up to resistance, fell through. This is support, but it did not hold, and fell back down, going sideways a little bit. So off of this 1561, we could bounce off of that, which is one level of support. We could bounce and go sideways, or we could just trail and follow this line down until we reverse course. I have not looked at Soxl in a while. On the daily, price is still falling. Now, I know it's hard to see, but just ignore all of the horizontal lines. This is where we are. The middle of the trend takes us to roughly 2549 to the upside, and to the south side, the range we are in is 910 to the south side, but that's a long ways off. Now, I need to clean something up. Like I said, it's been a while since I've looked at this, and we touched right there. So this gap is actually done, but does it really line up with the 5-minute, which is where I mark everything out? So let's go back, now that I see that. See, that's what we're looking like on the 5. And on the 5, did we really touch? Look at this. No. I'm not going to give that as a win. I'm going to keep that as a potential area for us to retrace to. On the daily, it looked like we did. Let's go back to the daily. Let's stretch that out and see. Yeah, no. Upon closer examination, we did not close that out. So that's 32.65, but it really didn't line up. It's really 32.67. 2 pennies off when I marked it. So that is still in play. What about this 21.91? What is that? Oh, there's a gap right here. Again, I should be closing these out on the same time frame that I marked it. So I'll fix that one in a second. But what happened here? This one looks like it closed right there to the downside, taking us to 30.37. This one closed, taking us down to 28.20. That one closed. It's, oh, and this one, oops. Man, Z, if you want to redo something, you accidentally did but didn't want done. Okay, that one took us to roughly 30, where is this? 34.41. And we have a gap here that I apparently marked out. That's a long ways off. And then there's this one. And oh, apparently I went over this for a trader named Mari back in 2024, and price was at 62.99. Hard to believe that we were at that level in the past. But what goes up must come down. What goes down doesn't necessarily go back up again, but sometimes you got to get down to get back up. And on March 6th, I looked at price. We were at 1923 on December 31st of 2024. When I just looked at price only, we were at 27.31. All right. What does the RSI say for the weekly? Also falling. And on the monthly, also falling. And obviously, I like to troll and pick up tickers down here. Doesn't mean we're going to get that low to the oversold area, but it's a more attractive price. It's hard to believe we hit $70.08 as the 52-week high and $15.74 for the 52-week low. So still hovering around this area. Now let me flip this back to the 5. I'm going to do one more very quickly, and that's going to be SPX for options traders. This RSI turning up on the 5. It's been a while since I've done this one as well. So we ended the week at $5,580.95, down 1.97%. First, your price targets for Monday. Middle of the trend, the baseline, takes us to 559256. So this will also be resistance, and we could go sideways or we continue to slowly grind down along this line. VWAP in blue, 5602. Above that, another level of resistance, 5641.51. Back to a level we've been to before, 5665.78. And at 4 standard deviations, I don't know if we're going to get there on Monday, but if we do and we close out this gap, you can bet people will take their profits, they will lock in, and they will leave. This will flush down if it does that. And I'm not going to say that's my opinion. Obviously, it's my opinion because I'm doing this and I'm creating the chart. So everything is my opinion. It's a given. All right. Right here, 5692.84-ish. And, oh, all right, that's resistance. Well, now let's talk about different levels of support. Obviously, if this is VWAP, this is a lower channel, and this is another level of support, 5569, but I don't play that. I've marked it out just so that you can see it. Right, and one level of support and a potential buy-in area and a potential stop loss area. Depends on what side of the line you bought, 55.44.41. 55.20.54, and roughly 54.97.46. Now, looking left, this is resistance. You know what happens. And we fell through this line here, and then we bounced. Sometimes we just don't get to that line, but sometimes we get close enough, we hover close enough, and it bounces. Now, this one I marked out on the 24th for myself. I don't really make videos. I don't really make videos on SPX. Here and there occasionally. Did that touch? Let me blow this up and see. No, it looked like it touched. It did not. So that was still in play on that date. Oh, wait, sorry, this is a gap that goes to the upside. Pardon me. That touched, well, did it touch right here to the upside? Oops, gosh darn, Command Z. Gosh darn it, you have to be so precise and grab it at a specific spot or this thing gets wonky. So did it touch? No, not there. See that? There's still a bit of space. Where did it touch? Well, now the next bar over, let me make this a little smaller so I can grab it right here. Touched. I'm going to put it right there. So basically that touched on the 27th of March. And again, it opened out on the 24th. So that was a play for a couple of days before it closed out. So that is no longer in play. What about this one? 58.42. So that is something that we will eventually retrace to. Not in the channel, not in the zone, not even close yet, because we are still on a downward trend here, as you can see. But we will reverse course eventually. Okay, this is a gap I also marked out. And this one touched right there on the 24th. And it opened up roughly the 10th. So this is no longer in play. So congrats if you went long after we fell down, we reversed course. And what happened with this one? This touched on the 19th roughly, taking us to 56.75. And what about this gap to the downside that I've marked out? That is still in play, taking us down to 55.22.25. And on Monday, we will definitely hit that. Will we close it? Maybe, maybe not, but I think that's a possibility. And actually, you just want to rip off the Band-Aid and finish it, close it out so we don't have to think about it anymore or be haunted by this open wound. And I've already closed that out, so that is, ooh, yeah, ooh, nope. Look at this. I have not gone through and closed these gaps. That one took us to 59.18.35. This one took us down to roughly 59.36. This one took us down to 59.42. I have looked at this so many times apparently in the past, but not recently. I have not gone to clean things up. But for all you options traders, the gaps help you kind of predict a level that you may get to. What is this? Right here. And then I got to fix all that. Now, what did I already give you the daily on the SPX? I don't think so. Okay. Let's take a look at this. I don't know why I'm, that's a gap. Did it close? I have to fix this on a different time. Oops. That's a gap down. But yeah, we did close. If that took us right down there. So I'll go and mark this out on the 5-minute later. But we're at this level right here. To the north side, the next level will take us to 56.54. Okay, and then just one more level, 58.08. But obviously that's farther out. And to the south side, which would close out these gaps, 54.96.30. And on the daily, we are in an upward channel. And we are at one level of support. And then the next one down here, as I mentioned, at -4 standard deviations. And I definitely anticipate a bounce off of that. Oops. What did I do? I guess I did mark. Oh, all right. That was just price at 52. On May 30th of 2024, when I looked at price only, we were at 52.66.96. All right. That does it for me. Oops. If there is a ticker that you would like me to go over, please let me know, and have a great trading week.